You guys already know that I'm crazy about The Summer I Turned Pretty. And when I say crazy, I do really mean it. We watch new episodes every Wednesday, and after watching them over and over again to catch all the Easter eggs, I go through TikTok to see if I missed any. After all the hard work, blood, sweat, and tears, today's the day. I'm going to tell you every little detail about the show, every Easter egg, and how it will all lead us to Belly and Conrad's happy ending. First off, Belly has a lot of posters, and they may seem simple decorations, but they're not. In this scene, we see the poster of Audrey Hepburn's Sabrina, which is about her being in love with two brothers, just like Belly. The movie's poster is not only an Easter egg, but also the inspiration of the third season's poster. You can clearly see that the two posters are the same. We also see another poster of a musical called Bye Bye Birdie, which has a song titled We Love You, Conrad. The exact song that we heard Little Belly sing in season 3, episode 6, when Belly decided to stay at her mom's place and they watched the musical together. Even though she was with Jeremiah at that time and they were living their best lives as a couple in college, they were hinting that she'd choose Conrad eventually. Now, I'm gonna take you back a little bit. From the beginning of the show, like from the beginning of the first season, we've seen Belly using stuff with daisies. Her phone case, her shirts, even the earrings Susanna gave her were daisies. So it was not a surprise for me to see her wearing a necklace with daisies all along the show, but when I dug deep, I found out that the necklace represents April, which was the month we last saw Belly and Conrad as a couple. They broke up on the 1st of April, the prom day. And we know that Jenny Han is using color psychology like a professional. She's like the mother of colors. Now, I'm gonna remind you that we've been seeing a lot of yellow and white since Conrad and Belly started to stay at Cousins together, especially in the peach scene. It's like they're showing us that the daisies are ready to bloom again. And the peach scene was the first scene where Belly felt the thing she had for Conrad again, like after 4 years, so get ready to see more daisies, ladies. Since I've mentioned previous seasons, I also have another thing to tell you about them. In season 2, there was this scene where Conrad and Belly were talking about love, and Belly used this exact sentence. I just can't imagine marrying someone who didn't give me fireworks, you know, like electric jolts every time I saw them. And in season 3, episode 7, while Conrad was trying to fix the light, he got an electric shock. So here's the jolt Belly's been looking for. You may call me crazy, but I'm just connecting the dots here, people. Let's get back to the color theory, shall we? This season is all about Taylor Swift's song, Red. The lyric goes, losing him was blue, which represents Jeremiah, and then it continues, but moving on from him is impossible when I still see it all in my head in burning red, which represents Conrad. That's why we saw red all through the season. Belly had red glasses on when she was speaking with Conrad for the first time in this season. She was also wearing red pajamas when they were in Cousins together on Christmas. You know, the time that she never mentioned Jeremiah about. It was all so nice until he called and ruined the whole evening. Also, there was something else. Conrad and Belly were watching Casablanca that night and talking about who deserved Ilsa. Belly was yapping about how Rick and Ilsa were meant for each other, but Conrad was like, their little love story is nothing. That was an obvious foreshadowing of the fact that Belly and Jeremiah's love story is not the one that'll last forever. Instead, it's the one that she'll have with Conrad. And I have another fact that'll back this up. The same day, before they were watching the movie, Conrad was solving a crossword puzzle and Belly was helping him out. After that day, he was gone, but the puzzle was on the table. The hint was, P.S. I blank love you, which is an easy word to guess. It was still. And that is actually a nod to the line from the book in which Belly says, I still love you. Conrad filled the blank, but then erased it so that Belly could fill it later. That was his way of saying that he's still in love with her and can't get over her. The reflection of the crossword book on the table was not a coincidence either. It creates an infinity symbol. And with the summer I turned pretty, we know that it always means something. Moving on from Christmas to the next time they started to stay together in the Cousins, when Belly went there for the preparations of the wedding. In episode 5, we see Conrad fixing the roof. He was going around the house, fixing things for the wedding, for Belly to be happy. The roof scene was a reference to one of the most popular movies, The Notebook. You know how Noah was building the house he and Ellie always dreamed of? That's Conrad, being Noah. And his clothes on the wedding shopping scene were the same as Noah's in The Notebook. Noah and Allie ended up together despite everything they've been through, and guess what's going to happen with Conrad and Belly? Conrad was not the only one who was pointing out a happy ending. Belly's clothes were also saying a lot. If you look at her red bathing suit, you can realize that it looks almost exactly like the one she wore in season 1 for the scene in which she and Conrad almost kissed on the dock if Jeremiah wasn't there to blow it. Speaking of the dock and the almost kissing scene, there were fireworks and this beautiful emotional atmosphere. In season 3, they created the same scene again with the fireworks, dock and lighting, but with Jeremiah where he and Belly are dancing. And it was about the first dance song which Belly didn't want to play, but accepted to make Jeremiah happy. This gives us the chance to compare the two relationships. Like with Conrad, everything is full of emotion and real fireworks, but with Jeremiah, it's like she's always giving him what he wants just to make him happy. I think we can all agree that he's spoiled. Now I'm going to tell you the Easter eggs that were on episode 7. Which are huge clues if you ask me. So let me start with the flowers in the front. In episode 6, we saw that there was only one red flower in the bush among the many blue flowers. This was the exact episode that they were going to kiss. Like Belly realized her feelings and really wanted to kiss Conrad. And in episode 7, we saw that there were more than one red flower, indicating that her feelings for him are growing. So we can expect to see those bushes all red by the finale. Mark my words. Also, remember when I said blue represents Jeremiah and red represents Conrad in the beginning of the video? Yeah, it all makes sense, don't you agree? Our second Easter egg in episode 7 will take us to the scene in the club where we saw Belly dancing alone to We Can't Be Friends by Ariana Grande. She was dancing under a purple spotlight, which is a combination of red and blue. And as she thinks about Conrad, you know the way he smiles, the things they've done, the spotlight turns red, showing us one more time that she is irresistibly drawn to him. Next one may break your heart a little. I have to warn you. You know, after Conrad's confession that literally tore us apart, we hear When the Party's Over cover by James Blake, which I'm sure made you cry even more. We have the same song in season 1, episode 6, in which Conrad gave Belly the necklace and promised her forever, and she said it's too late, just like in episode 7. But that wasn't the last song we heard in episode 7. It was LOML by Taylor Swift. And the song is all about love and loss. Both Belly and Conrad are in a lot of pain in the end, but they know that they're the loves of each other's lives, and no one can change that. Let me know what you think about these Easter eggs, and watch this video next.